Hello, I'm Lee Salter, working CRT 43 assembly line in Rolls-Royce. Done a study on station 4080 on the ergonomics and the general layout of the area. The reason I chose the area, it was defined as being over-tacked in many processes. So the cycle time far exceeded the tack time in the area. It also highlighted a lot of waste built into the area. We gathered this information through various company systems we already have in place. We analysed the labour that's built into the area as well, so we knew we had a defined finite amount of labour and resource that we could find. And also the ergonomics of that area in particular is poorly set up due to, as you can see in the original plan, there's a support pillar in the middle of the process area itself. This pillar cannot be moved, it's a fixed quantity, so we need to evaluate all the processes through all various engineering tools and the equipment we have in the area to try and resolve as much waste as humanly possible. So once we've highlighted the area itself, we then started to go through the ergonomic cycle. We knew this was going to be very poor when we first analysed the data. We completed the ergonomic cycle, a chalk circle and a waste analysis. This would then feed back and give us enough information to generate a theoretical layout for, in an ideal world, what we can actually do to correct a lot of the intrinsic issues built into it. Once we had all the new measurement processes in place, we then trialled moving the area back on one station. There is due to the position within Zone 2, where this assessment took place, there is a facility to move the area within the physical footprint. Doing this alleviated the issue caused by the pillar itself. We still sit within the main logistics route, which all deliveries come by. But as you can see from the chalk circle, there's many repeated trips to car sets and pick sets where they are placed online. Once we moved it back, there was a central delivery location, so the ergonomics and the actual travel time was reduced significantly. This will be described later on in the process. Again, once we've actually done this, we could then go through the process of collecting all the relevant data again through again, the data analysis steps is the first one, because even though we saw an improvement, we need to make sure that it can be improved further. To also generate CIP ideas, which is constant improvement ideas, new processes and training records. So at least we know that each step we go through, we can actually validate the training and also the long and short-term effects through every step we take forward. The good thing is we're doing this way, we can actually record and justify any steps we want to implement or any improvements that we see in the area. All ideas are stored centrally for the CIP ideas, so they can actually be fed out and rolled out into other areas as well that might have the same issues. Actually, originally all processes sat within, some of the processes sat outside of the cycle time. Once we trialled the new layout, they all sat significantly inside, which means we could then produce the quality we need in an ideal environment. When a new time study was carried out, we had the new timings. The reason these were reduced because it removes the waste built in through tracking backs and forwards to various points to collect parts. So the new timings were put in, various processes were moved, because they could be, and gave the new time generated through here. It equates to roughly 15 journeys per tack that every associate was taken to retrieve their parts. Each journey is only 3.5 metres, it's not a huge space to deal with. That means over the course of a single tack, they actually walked 52.5 metres they didn't need to do. Ergonomically, that's not ideal, there's a lot of twisting and bending built down because we're picking the parts up out of the car sets. 2 shifts, 26 tacks per day, so actually equates to 8.32 miles per week that the associates will travel additionally just to get the parts they require to build the cars. When you work that out through the year as well, the average hour per associate is £30 per hour, So it's £3,525 wasted each year just for the associates to actually collect the parts that are needed. When we do the time studies now, we can reference other engineering, because the engineering department are involved. They can help validate along with the planning department with all the new processes being improved and implemented as we go along as well. And with the Ishikawas of before and after, it gives a very easy, simple comparison for the improvements that can be seen and can be justified as well. So theoretically, or hopefully, when the information is presented to the relevant technologies, sometimes the movement involves outside of assembly but other areas as well. It's very easy to see the justification behind the processes wanted to do. Obviously, we can summarise the impact of the moves through the idealised layout. Again, various colours relate to various technologies as well, in order for them to get the buy-in at each stages.
Okay, I've got a few questions,
Yep.
maybe some clarification on that one. So the entire issue here is to do with the pillar that is in the fixed
It is, yes. So it's a fixed process pillar and the ergonomics.
And what is happening around that pillar? Why is the pillar an issue? Just
It's
tell me.
It's a support pillar for the roof.
Yeah.
So when the assembly plants first laid out, Finger 2 didn't exist. As a business increased, so Finger 2 had to be put in as additional footprint to put more stations in, and as such, the pillar now sits within the assembly environment.
And in a nutshell, your solution to remove that issue with the pillar is what?
It's the ergonomics and time travels in order to move the station back to alleviate the fixed problem.
Okay, so your issue with the layout is you've got this thing that is fixed position.
Yes.
In terms of the data that you said there were many ergonomic factors to be considered with the people moving around. Do you have any more information on that?
On the we've done an ergonomic assessment which highlights it, all the travel, how many times you have to bend down, the stretching, rotation movements, because they're simply collecting various parts from a large footprint area because it wasn't localised.
And do you know which one of those came out to be the most significant? When you
The bending element was actually the worst one because they're bending down into containers to retrieve various parts. They all weigh less than 5 kilos, there's no heavy component involved. But there are some large plastic parts as well, so that the weight is not an issue, but it's a repeat bending down process.
Okay, so the distance you said was it's not a considerable distance, but there's once you multiply that up with people travelling that distance.
One area we haven't that's not been covered in this presentation, because it's not actually my area, is at the moment there's a large additional waste built in through logistics route as well, because they have to actually circumnavigate the area because there wasn't any direct access to it. This hasn't been included in this report because it's not my area itself, but from the new layout, logistics will actually stop on their current logistics route to deliver parts, as opposed to having to go around in a U-shaped area.
Okay, and then you mentioned this aligns pretty well with some company aims that you have, some larger...
It does indeed, yeah. If it coordinates all the COPs, the streamlining, the VPS principles...
Just tell me about the VPS principles. What is
VPS?
VPS?
For lean manufacturing, to eliminate waste, be it using the Timber principles. Overproduction isn't a big concern for the area, but over-processing was. And again, the inventory outside of the transport was the main one that we focused on.
And if you're implementing this, what stages would you go through to implement it? Do you shut everything down and then do it overnight, or?
This could actually be done in situ, as it is at the moment. It could be fed through without any additional concepts to the actual production processes. Providing other technologies were involved, which they should do through this process we carried out. So planning and logistics will be required to move back. On the time study itself, it's already highlighted what's to move, and also if you extend it forward, it will highlight what tools are needed to move in order to do it, and have classification as well, so we don't risk the product having category A fixings missed.
So I can see that people are moving around distances and there's something in the way then. Did you measure the volume of people moving through that area as well?
Yeah, it's broken down here. The area has 2 associates, which is why on the breakdowns, 2 associates per station, over 2 shifts. So yeah, each station has 2 associates currently working in it.
And my final question then is, if you've alleviated the issue of the pillar in your area, have you given that issue to somebody else?
No, because on the plan, if you look here, what we've swapped around is the station in front of us now is a Q-gate station. So it will complete all its work package. There's then an inspection step to ensure that any new work packages are done completely. The pillar will not be a concern for the Q-gates. It's a single inspection, and they simply have to assess the vehicle.
Great. Okay, thank you very much. Very good.